had an actual funeral where I buried the name Wearytwo because I idolized that. Put that to death, right? I buried the name.
Chicago area software designer's dancing skills have become the latest internet sensation. Take a look.
2 years after putting that to rest, this happens. I believe that was a gift from God because I stopped idolizing it.
I would say you're probably one of the craziest guys I've ever met.
Uh-huh. What do you mean by that?
And honestly, I feel like I like you because you allowed me to be myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like around you, and you were yourself around me.
W-mans, yeah.
Yeah. So it made room for like a lot of freedom, a lot of like fun times and carelessness and just like fun, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel like you developed that skill to like be yourself?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you're perfect at it,
No, I'm not.
but go ahead.
Well, I mean, I think I grew up putting myself out there a lot, as you know, but they don't. I was dancing on stage a lot. I was performing a lot. I was putting myself in positions where I knew somebody was going to make fun of me for what I was doing, but I did it so much that I didn't care if someone would make fun of me for what I was doing.
Did you really not care?
Well, I did care,
Oh, okay.
but you have to force yourself to do it scared. Like, do things with the fear in your mind that someone's going to judge you. Because if you let that fear stop you, because everyone has it. I don't really believe there's anyone that has complete no fear of being judged for something. But the people that succeed in life, in my eyes, and the people that make the most of opportunities that come to them are the people that do the things.
But how do you know that as like a kid? You don't.
Well, you don't, but that's the lesson that I learned growing up. When I was younger, I think the reward of doing something unique outweighed the fear of being judged. So, like, being the kid that danced was cooler to me than the worry of someone judging me. So, like, I knew that all of the guys in my middle school were judging me. I knew that in middle school, because I was the dancer, you know, people were making fun of me. They would call me crazy stuff. They would call me, I don't know what to say on YouTube. They would call me gay. They would call me. They would call me out of my name. They would make fun of me.
But what would you do? You were just like, like, did you cry?
I wasn't. No, because I was less worried about what they were saying and more worried about, okay, do I look cool to those girls over there though? This is middle school before we were together.
Really?
Yeah. So the thought of doing something unique was way cooler to me than fitting in with people that were just doing regular schmegular stuff. So I've never really valued fitting in. It's like a balance. I wanted to be a social butterfly where I could just talk to anyone, but I didn't want to be such a social butterfly that I was like people pleasing and I wanted everyone to like me and I wanted to fit in with everyone, because even when I was younger, I saw that people who judge other people for being unique usually don't end up in great positions themselves.
How did you know that?
I was just what's the word?
From movies, or like you could just tell, or what?
No, it's just like when I was younger, I wanted to be like an entrepreneur. I was always growing up going like, oh, I don't want to work for someone. I want to own a business. I don't want to be in
Younger? What are we talking about? What age?
like middle school.
Okay.
Because you know, at that time I was like, I want to live a life that I'm not going to have any regrets. So I want to do the most that I can. I don't know why I thought that way at that age, but I was like already trying to come up with business ideas when I was young. And then, you know, so I think just thinking in that way, I knew that being like other people doesn't get you anywhere. It gets you to where other people are. And I've always had a mantra: don't take advice from someone you don't want to be like. So if you're judging me, I look at you and I'm like, oh, well, I don't want to be like you, so whoop-de-doo. You made fun of me. Who cares? You know, and I would always judge people in my mind, which is not a good thing. But I think, you know, in a way, putting those people at like a different standard than I was holding myself helped me to maintain my, you know, self-confidence.
How does someone who is so like imprisoned with everyone else's thoughts about them, even if they haven't even said those thoughts, or maybe one person has said it, but it like really stuck to them, and now it's like paralyzing their every decision making, and they feel like they just can't do what they want to do, really.
My message to those people is other people's opinion is not real. It is not real. If you think about what someone says about you, it could be a comment. It could be, you know, it could be a comment online. It could be something that someone says in real life. Why are you holding that person's opinion to such a high value in your mind?
Well, because, I mean, it probably hurts, and they feel like there's truth behind it.
But that's because you believe there's truth behind it.
Yeah, so how do you stop your own belief system, you know?
I think self-confidence does come with a little bit of lying to yourself. The thing I could compare it to is when I'm dancing. In the moment that I'm dancing, I'm saying to myself, I look like the coolest person of all time right now. I know people are laughing. I know it looks funny. But it's like, say somebody is sitting in the corner of the room looking at me weird, which happens all the time. It happened on the boat. People are looking at me weird, giving me weird looks. There's these like macho guys that are like, what is this dude doing? There's, you know, people who are obviously probably richer than everyone in the room kind of giving you like a, look at that jester over there. I see them and I hear them, you know, with my eyes. But in my mind, like when that person leaves the room that I'm in, they don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
And even if someone is a repeat customer in your life, even if, you know, say my dad would probably never say anything like this, but if my dad said something about what I was doing, oh, when, you know, he's dancing, it's ugly, you look like a fool. It's like, okay, your opinion doesn't change how I see myself because I have control of what's going on in here. Make this a common exercise in your life, no matter who it is that's talking to you. Never put their opinion over yours when it comes to your self-confidence. But I also don't want people to just always think they're right. Like there's a balance. You're not always right, but like listen to the good advice and throw out the bad. And it's practice. It does take practice to do that. Like, you know, obviously growing up, I wasn't always perfect at ignoring bad stuff. I found myself maybe reading a hate comment and letting it get to me. That I don't know who that person is. That's a comment on an Instagram video. I'm never going to see that person again. They typed it in 2 milliseconds on Instagram and kept scrolling. They don't know my name. I don't know who they are. But sometimes, you know, I would catch myself reading their comment and like getting down a little bit. Take myself back to the thought process of, okay, who is that person to me? Nobody. So why does their comment matter? And that's the secret, I think.
Okay, so you're saying like, okay, when you were young, you already kind of knew you didn't want to fit in, and you learned that lesson somehow, but now you really know the value of that because of like how far you've come through it.
Yeah.
Almost the pinnacle of your life right now, of like a climactic moment. Not like the
You've reached your
pinnacle.
peak. You're never.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, how did that moment make you feel and like affirm that? And how can other people learn from that moment so that they can also feel empowered and like go and do their thing?
Man.
And go viral and be a silly goose on a boat.
Well, I can't. So here's the thing about it. I can't promise that there will ever be an outcome like what happened to me.
I feel like you can.
You think so?
I think so, because I think it's not hard. It obviously it happened by happenstance, but everyone who knows you already knew something like this would happen. It's not really that far-fetched of an idea. So it's like, if it's not now, then it's gonna happen later.
So let me tell you the reason everyone knew. Like, I didn't know. That's a kind of a cocky thing to say. I didn't know that something like this would happen. I think it was a God-given opportunity. I think luck is when preparation meets opportunity,
Yup.
right?
Yup.
So why do you say that everyone knew that something like that would happen to me? Because everywhere I went, I was the same person.
Mm-hmm.
I would go to a function or an event, whatever, I would always be dancing around. Everyone that knew me in high school, when they see me afterward, if they don't know about my stuff, they're like, "Oh, you used to dance, right? Do you still dance? Do you still stream on Twitch? Do you still do these things?" And I think the moral of the story is I never changed from who I wanted to be. And the only reason that I was able to tackle that opportunity when it came was because I wasn't changing myself. At the time that happened, I'm 24 years old. What am I doing dancing around on a boat at 24 years old? That's what the average person would say.
I know. I feel like that's kind of like normal 24 activity, but I think it was the fact that like what made it so rare is one, it's like you're not of the culture. You feel me? So so it was like rare that you're getting it and you're not dancing like a white boy. And it was like really cool to see like
This is gonna be a
how
problem.
many hours kind of went into that. Like
Yeah.
that didn't happen overnight, obviously. Like you prepared.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
Because like that is how you grew up, and you know,
Right.
you grew up
So,
dancing and having a good
Everyone
time.
saw that moment, but what people don't realize is I've been that person since I was 12 years old. So for the past 14 years, whenever I was at a party, I'd be dancing just like that. Whenever a song would come on, I would hop on the dance floor just
And no
like
one
that.
was glazing you that hard.
No one was glazing me. No
I mean,
one
they
was
were like,
recording.
okay, Sam.
Yeah, it was like, oh, here's Sam he's dancing again,
Yeah.
whatever. But to me, like, I love dancing so much. And it's another one of those moments where I love dancing so much that everyone on that boat could have been sitting down judging me. And I would still be doing it
Yeah.
because it's so fun to me. Because I love dancing.
So you're saying like that's the
So
key.
that's
the key to it.
That's the key. Is if I would have been nervous about how people would see me or think about me or judge me in that moment, my life would be so different now, 2 years later. When you stop yourself from chasing things that you enjoy and you want in your life, you have no idea what you're missing out on. If we were on that boat that day and I didn't get up and do the percolator at that time, 2 years later, I would probably still have no social media following, wouldn't be making this video, probably just be working my regular job, which I do love, but I'd still be working and nothing would have changed. But because I said, forget the haters, I'm going to do what I love, it completely changed my life.
Yeah. When you love something, like you're saying you love dancing and love having fun and just like expressing yourself like that, and if you stop doing it because of other people,
Yeah.
you're taking that from the world is what I mean. It's like you're taking that away from people because you listen to the noise.
Yeah. And it's like, for what? Say the person doesn't judge you now. Like, say for whoever's out there, you want to be a singer, you want to be a dancer, you want to be a gamer, you want to be a sports content creator, you want to make a podcast, but like you're letting the fear of being judged stop you. Okay, what did you gain from that? What did the world gain from that? Did you make someone's life better? No, the only thing you did was make your own life worse. You took something that you love away from yourself.
True.
For what?
True.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, people are so results oriented, and that's something that we got to get rid of too. It's like, okay, I made the video, it got no views. Spoiler alert, I've had 250 million views in the past year. They mean nothing.
No, but also you've had hundreds of videos not do that well, but that doesn't mean that...
Thousands.
Okay, thousands.
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 7,000 hours worth of live streams.
Yeah.
let's talk about that real quick. For those of you who don't know, everyone sees the mountain. They see the 470,000 followers between TikTok and Instagram, and they think it happened overnight. I've been creating content since I created content full time from the time I was 18 years old to 21. So that's 3 years of full time content creation. During that time, I live streamed 7,000 hours on Twitch, and posted dance videos, thousands of dance videos since I was young. Since I was like 14, 15, I've been creating dance videos. So this didn't come out of nowhere. Like, it took an opportunity to blow it out of the water, but I've been creating content since I was like 14. But nobody ever saw it until I turned 24. And I think that's like, you don't do it for the views, because then you're going to burn out. And if it's not content, you don't do it for the money. You're going to burn out. You don't do it for the approval of others. You do it because you love it. And I think that is the best case scenario if you actually do want it to lead somewhere. You do it because you love it. And if something happens cool, if something doesn't come of it, at least you're not going to regret it at the end of your life.
Yeah. Like, how do you really feel about that moment? Like, do you feel like finally the world knows?
No.
How awesome maybe that is what you thought. I don't know.
In the moment, I knew it was a God-given, like an actual gift.
Okay.
I think that for so long I was holding on so tight to the numbers. I wanted views, I wanted followers, I wanted to make a living off of content creation. And I was like holding on to that so tight that I idolized it. And then I stopped idolizing it, and I started to focus on my career. I went to Bloom Tech, became a software engineer, started working on career things, and I put that to rest. She remembers I had a funeral for the name that I went by back in the day, which was Wearytwo.
Okay, you're saying that, but like, I'm trying to remember. What do you mean by that?
I was listening to a podcast one time, and John Deloney on the Ramsey show told someone that they're holding on so tight to something they want to let go, they should have a funeral for it. So this is going to sound insane, but basically in my head had an actual funeral where I buried the name Wearytwo, which is what I used to go by, because I idolized that. And, based on my worldview, like, I put my own success as a content creator over my relationship with Jesus. So put that to death, right? I buried the name, and I said, you know what? For 4 or 5 years, I've focused on this name so hard. I've wanted to make it something, and it never worked out. So I'm going to put that to rest. 2 years after putting that to rest, or a full year after my last time live streaming, a year after the last time I made a gaming content video, this happens. I believe that was a gift from God because I stopped idolizing it. It was like, it was what I wanted for a long time, but I wanted it too much, and I put too much value into it. Because looking back now, I realize the views don't mean anything.
Yeah.
Followers mean nothing. Obviously, it's like, okay, you can supplement your income, and it is nice. It's amazing to have, and I love that I can help so many people every day get a good laugh in, but nothing's that important that you should want it that bad. Because it's...
Yeah, there's probably people watching this who are like, I just want to be like you. Like, I want to have all that following, and it must feel so good. And like, think of like the actual reality of, okay, going back to the moment, which is like the boat moment. Talk about how that felt and to how it feels now.
Okay, so should I start with what happened?
Yeah.
And then okay. So her and I, my wife and I, are going on a boat in Chicago called the Spirit of Chicago. And, the Spirit of Navy Pier. And obviously, there's food and there's drinks.
Shout out City Cruises.
Shout out City Cruises. Everybody go check out City Cruises. We were celebrating our wedding on this boat, moving between the two different levels, upstairs, downstairs. the percolator comes on one of the floors, and I heard it.
Mm.
And I just, obviously the start of the video is me shimmying to the dance floor. And the video that everyone knows about, so there's a video of me doing the percolator at that moment, got 60 million views. That video was recorded by some random person. We don't know who. I mean, I've like talked to the person a little bit. We really don't know who got that video.
Mm.
But anyway, as we were leaving the boat, so after that all happened,
Like, I had the video too, but I didn't post it.
yours wasn't the one that got views.
No, I
You
didn't post it
Right.
until after, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. So anyway, we're leaving the boat. People are like, hey man, you killed it out there. You know what I mean? Like fist bumps and whatever.
Yeah.
And as we're walking on the Navy Pier back toward our car, I told her, I was like, man, I hope I see a video of that, because that was hype.
Yeah.
There was people all over the place. Everybody's phones was out. I know I'm going to see it.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, how would that even happen? I was like, I don't know. I just have a feeling I'm going to see it.
Isn't that crazy?
I knew. I don't know.
I know, but like,
I don't know, but I know.
People don't realize like what, I don't know, like how strong like discernment and like your intuition and just like that stuff is real. Like, I don't care. God is real.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Of course. So, yeah, I mean, I really believe, I believe that God basically told me that I would see that video again, type vibes. And I'm talking about Jesus's father. Let's get that one thing straight. Immediately after it happened, we get hit up by WGN in Chicago, the news station. I go on the news, I percolate, dance around on the news like a buffoon.
Yeah.
I know those guys, those news anchors were judging me. I know they were.
You think?
Oh, I know they were.
Why?
I don't know.
I think they were loving it. It was like finally a break from all the chaos that they have to announce all day.
All right. Well, anyway.
Am I a contradicting person?
No, you're not a contrarian, I don't think.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on the news. I get hit up by Benny the Bull, the Chicago Bulls mascot. And at this point, after those, like during those two things, I'm in my head, I'm like, oh my God, I made it. I made it. Like, I'm doing videos with Benny the Bull. I'm doing videos on the news. Like, we're there. Yo, what's up, everybody? I made it. You know what I'm saying? And then, at that point, I had gotten up to like 30,000 followers on TikTok. And I was like, you know what I'm saying? Woo! You know what I'm saying? And then, I tried like posting percolator stuff for a while, and it like was slowing down. And I was stuck at 30,000 followers. I'm walking you through how I felt.
Yeah.
And I was like, I would literally have nightmares that I lost my opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Because, growing up, this was my dream.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He did 100 days of dancing on Instagram for 100 days and was dancing and sweating.
Yeah, when I was younger, I would post 100 days of dancing. I've done that like 3 times, where for 100 days in a row, I would post a video of me doing a freestyle dance on Instagram.
Yeah, and it would not get views or likes.
No views. No, I would have been happy with 1,000 at that time.
Yeah.
I would have. For 4 years, the most viewed video on my TikTok was 3,000 views. I get to a point where I'm like, oh my gosh, I blew it. Like, I blew the opportunity. I'm stuck at, this number. like the numbers matter. But this is how I was thinking at the time. I've learned a lot since then. But I was like, man, I blew my opportunity. I really didn't want to let it go like that. I wanted to basically like I wanted to like change my whole life, and I blew it. So I stopped making content for a little while. And it was just slow. If I posted something, it was because I saw Snoop Dogg posted my video. So let me react to it. Fast forward to 6 months, and we make the Hit It Right video, which is has to do with the Hit Them Folks dance and the Cut It song. That video we posted ourselves on our own page, and it got 25 million views. And from that video, we gained like 100,000 followers. I think that's when I started to realize that numbers really don't matter. So I was trying to ride the wave of the percolator, like you said, and it wasn't working. because that move wasn't what people really were watching for.
Yeah.
They were watching somebody being themselves in front of a camera. And so when we made the Cut It video with the Hit It Right that got 25 million views, that reinforced it. It's like, okay, it's not the dance. It's who I'm being when I'm doing these dances, when I'm acting a fool or whatever it is. Like, it's fun and it's authentic, and I'm not really performing for others. I'm just having fun. So that's what I'm trying to gear my content more to now, is like, yes, I'm still known as the percolator guy because we've got tens of millions of views on these videos of me percolating in the cars. But the point is not the percolator. The point is, you see a guy hop in a car with a car salesman and do something funny who's not afraid.
Yeah.
That's the point. And like, no matter what you do, you know, obviously all this really just applies to me because I'm using examples of my own life, but like this goes for everyone. Like, you need to be unapologetically yourself, no matter what the results are. Eventually, if you continue, something will come up where opportunity will meet preparation. This is proof, right? This is the evidence that I have. When I make videos unafraid of how people perceive me, they perform better. So I think that's a testament to, even if it's not videos, whatever you do in your life that you're doing because you love it, because you want to, it's going to perform better. Whatever performing means to you.
Yeah.
This is something for people like you,
okay, yeah, talk to me.
who are thinkers. A lot of you out there probably also think a lot about something. I want you to lean toward action. Lean toward action in everything. So if you've been thinking about doing something for more than 2 weeks, you need to make a checklist tomorrow of 3 things you're going to do to get you closer to that. So if whether it's content,
What if you've been thinking about something for 20 years?
you should have started 20 years ago, and then you should start today. It's like planting a tree. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The next best time is literally right now. Like, what is something you could put in a to-do list for today that will get you one step closer to your goal? If you want to learn a skill, if you want to get yourself somewhere financially, if you want to get somewhere in your career, if you want to get somewhere on social media content, whatever it may be, what are 3 things you can do today that will get you closer to that? And if you do those 3 things every day for a year, you can't tell me that you won't make progress. Now that I have what I wanted so bad in my earlier years, I realized that I would have spent my whole life grinding for something that really was not fulfilling. And nothing is more important than the calling that God puts on your life. And no matter how much ambition you have, chasing the wrong thing will just lead you on forever. Just pursue your relationship with God first and foremost, and what is a part of His plan for your life will be what fulfills you at the end of the day, not what you can do for yourself. So if you got to this point in the video, I'm going to challenge you today. Think of something that you want to do, but you just haven't because of fear of judgment, fear of failure. And I want you to comment what you're going to do down below to take a step toward that thing. What is your first task on your to-do list for today that is going to get you one step closer to where you want to be? And go do it. Everybody like, comment, subscribe. This is my first video of this style, and I had a blast making it. So I appreciate you getting to this point. If you want to see more of my content, click my YouTube channel. Go to my Twitch, twitch.tv/percolatorguy. Instagram at It's Sam Sanchez. TikTok at It's Sam Sanchez. Thank you so much. I love you. God bless you. And have a great day. Stop, please.
Ember, stop attacking. Ember, I think he needs food.
Okay, I'm going to feed this cat real quick. You hungry?
Yeah, he needs food.
All right.